So for me, I feel through this journey, there's been ups and downs. You know, we all go through ups and downs in life. And, you know, coming together and writing a book is not just like buying ice cream. I mean, there are some challenges in concept, in thought. Plus, not only that, there's external challenges that come against you. Things happen. I mean, you know, the enemy does everything he can in his power to thwart you from being able to function. And so what I think I've found mostly through writing this book with Ron, I think more importantly than the revelation, than the knowledge, than the wisdom, is I found a friend. And this is one of the things I love about the Holy Spirit. You know, the Bible speaks about him being a friend. And so I've never really had a friend in the spiritual sense like you. I've had a lot of secular friends. In my military days, good bonds, but you know, it was in the negative realm. But this is in a life realm where God's brought you into my life through this process. And we've journeyed through some things together as far as the content of the book and writing and designing and all that sort of stuff. But really we have a good friendship that we can actually talk to each other on real life matters. And that's really what I've got from this. I'm not sure what the Holy Spirit's done with you. But
Yeah, I mean, it's been, the friendship thing has been kind of weird for me in that for so many years I was watching you up on a stage.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's that persona that was established in me. And then every once in a while we talk a little bit, and then sometimes we talk a little bit more. And it was like, okay, he recognizes me when I come up, you know, and talk to him. Doesn't remember my name, but he recognizes me. He says, oh yeah, you were here. I don't know. But I think when we first started working together, I've been going through a process as far as a relationship. I recognized right away that it was unique, that it was different, that it was there was something special, but I couldn't define it. I couldn't. In coming into it, it was kind of like there was a wariness and saying, okay, are you just, because as a writer and dealing with other people, you get used a lot, you know, and like you run into that as a prophet, and you get used a lot, and you get used to you start getting defensive, you start putting up barriers. So I came into our relationship cautious, saying, okay, if we do the book and that's as far as it goes, that's fine. But as we worked together, that relationship started to grow, and it started not just grow and deepen, but I think the most thing that happened was the trust. You know, saying, okay, I got to a point where I could just take the barrier down and say, okay, we're here together for whatever it's going to be, wherever it's going to go. You know, if I'm going to be vulnerable, I'm going to be vulnerable, but you know, we're here, and that has just been so rewarding. It's just, you know, it's an experience I just have not had. I just haven't had it.
I think the beautiful thing about that aspect is we both came out of a place of wounding, and sometimes when you're a personality on the platform, people have a perception that you this, whatever it is, you don't have challenges. But you know, when we got down to brass tacks and we got down to being friends, you see the challenges that we go through on a consistent basis. I see the challenges you have, you see the ones I have. Now we are able to pray with each other and pray for each other and walk alongside this pathway together, experiencing the leading and the guiding of the Holy Spirit for both of us. And God's doing some phenomenal things. I mean, some of the things we've experienced, you know, many people don't experience in their lifetime. But we had to submit ourselves to the process. We had to, like you said, become vulnerable to the process and allow the Holy Spirit to do the work. Because look, it wasn't just about writing a book. It was about doing the work. See, this is not just a book. This is a life message. It's a life story. And it's my story and your story combined, and the story of the Holy Spirit that worked between us. And so I just thought it was phenomenal. And, you know, every day, I mean, it's just a new day, a new experience for me.
Yeah, I think we allow ourselves to be vulnerable to one another, but even more than that, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable to the Holy Spirit, so that we're going where He wants to go, doing what He wants to do. It's been growing much farther than I ever thought it was going to go. I mean, we were talking about a book, and now, my gosh, I have no idea, what's going to come out of it. and the response we're getting from people who have read it just, I mean, blow me
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I've written like, I don't know, 25 books. I've never had people responding to one like this one, like the things that they're reading in there. And it's not us, they're responding to things that they're learning about God that they never knew before.
Yeah.
So it's a strange phenomenon.
And like Forrest Gump said, we become like peas and carrots.
Your peas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. From what you've told me, when you've written books with other people and you've sat down and you've waited for them to pen something or write something or send something, there was long intervals between information you were getting. But when we got really engaged and sitting working, that almost every day there was something that I was sending you, and you'd never experienced that before. And that was something I feel the Holy Spirit opened up to me in that opportunity to just give a download every day. I mean, for what, 7 solid months we wrote that book. 7 solid months, every day there was a download. And that's, I've never experienced that before.
You know, that's why I think it's I look at it as more of a living document, because it was a living relationship. It was a living process that, I mean, there were times when it's good that I was in my office and you were on the other side of town in your office, because there were times where I went, I'm done. I'm ready to take this stuff and put it in the closet and move on. And but we go back, and where I'd hit those spots, the Holy Spirit would come in and say, did you think about this? Or he'd give me, like sometimes you'd give me a concept, and I say, okay, well, that's 2 lines in a chapter. And I'd start looking up stuff. I'm looking for illustrations. I'm looking for anecdotes. I'm looking for anything. And as I was looking for that, somewhere along the line, something would kind of light up, like the Holy Spirit would say, here, look at this. And I would start to understand more. And then I could start, fleshing it out more, and the chapter happened. So it's been like wrestling. It's been fighting. It's been giving up. It's been
All the above.
Yeah. I can't say swearing, right?
No, we don't swear. We speak French.